forgot what this box was, and now I remember. This one is from Retrobit. It's the Tribute 64 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller in classic gray, compatible with the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch, and USB-enabled devices. Why? Because, look, right there, you see that? Includes receivers for the Nintendo 64 and USB ports. That's fantastic. More of the same on the side, no big whoop there, although it does mention their socials if you want to get on that. The other side kind of breaks down the same features, the fact that it has a USB and a N64 adapter, that it features wireless rumble and memory card pack modes. Interesting. Dual Z triggers, that's good. And additional functions for use, additional function buttons for use with USB, that's what it says. Checking on the back, it's more of that kind of stuff. Dual Z triggers, ample button layout with additional function buttons for use with USB, sensitive, accurate, and high quality analog stick. I'll be the judge of that, calm down. And includes receivers for N64 and USB ports. I'm just gonna read the list from the bottom from my direction because this is teeny tiny print. But I might be able to flip the video for you guys. Let's see here. The Tribute 64 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller is part of Retrobit's Platinum series of controllers dedicated to classic retro gaming consoles. Designed for use with USB and Nintendo 64 enabled devices, it features ultimate versatility for any gaming genre, built with an analog stick utilizing the highest grade and quality, a wide and ergonomic design to boost your gaming experience, and an ample button layout with additional functions for USB devices. Players will enjoy long hours of classic retro gameplay. Built-in rumble and memory card port will make you experience immersive wireless gaming right at your fingertips. Compatible with the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch, and USB-enabled devices. Includes receivers for Nintendo 64 and USB ports. And there's an asterisk meaning receivers update via micro USB, not included. Sensitive, accurate, and high-quality analog stick. Ergonomic design for comfort and extended gameplay. Ample button layout with additional functions for use with USB devices. Dual Z shoulder pads for maximum grip. Built-in rumble and memory card port. Includes 3 feet USB-C cable to charge the controller. That's cool. I will unbox all of these in a moment. I just want to read through their boxes first. Here comes the next one. Aha. The Legacy 16. 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller. That is implying that this is for 16-bit consoles. And yep, SNES, there you go. But it also mentions the Nintendo Switch USB and USB enabled devices. It's onyx colored. It includes receivers for the SNES and USB ports, just like the other one. So I'm guessing that means on this side, yep, social media, and on this side, additional ZL and ZR button. Give you a shot of the back from every angle because this has the stuff where it's got like glossy pictures, but then matte and everything else. Remember, replay, relive. Compatible with SNES, Nintendo Switch, and USB-enabled devices. Additional receivers for SNES and USB ports. Additional ZL and ZR shoulder buttons. Features home and screenshot buttons. Additional macros for versatile gameplay. And includes a 3-foot USB-C cable to recharge the controllers. Receivers update via micro USB. Not included. And it even shows, I mean, you can't really see, it has dual thumbsticks. I can't imagine that that's actually for the Super Nintendo functionality, that it's just going to be the D-pad, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this emulates the D-pad. I'm guessing it's more for the PC side of things, but I could be wrong. There sure is a lot of paper in here. Only half this box is full. All right. And the last one. This is the Legacy 16, but it's not wireless. It's completely all natural. But it is USB only. So this is a wired USB port capable version of that SNES Legacy 16 controller. It features the concave and convex button layout as you would expect, but it also has the extra shoulder buttons on the top and has the additional screenshot button and home button, would look like. Compatible with Nintendo Switch, Steam, PC, Mac, and other USB-enabled devices. 10-foot cable length, additional ZL and ZR shoulder buttons. Features home and screenshot buttons and additional macros for versatile gameplay. I think that's enough jibber-jabber about what's on the outside of these. So for the sake of brevity, we're just gonna do these at the same time because I'm guessing that they're gonna be about the same. I know that it's not technically at the same time because I can only open one at a time, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna meticulously go through one and draw out the video. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second, sorry. I knew my ADHD wasn't gonna let me do this the way I wanted to. This looks almost the same, except we got this guy, and we have these two bros in it. I'm not gonna worry about taking these out because everybody understands how a wireless dongle works. Let's just actually look at the meat and potatoes of it. And by that I mean, well, technically the manuals and the bodies of them. This one's for the wired one. I'm sure it says more of the same thing that the outside of the box said. There's macro options. Feel free to pause your screen if you need this. Screenshot it. Opciones de macro. Options de macro. And on the back side, there's a layout diagram. Feel free to screenshot that. And some default button inputs. Note, these are the default button mappings. Certain consoles and programs will allow you to further customize your inputs. It's from Retrobit Platinum Collection. Let's look at this other one real quick. You're a bit of your retro side, buddy. To. It's weird. On the front, starting on the front here, it's almost the same. Put the layout first. Let's just start with that so you can see everything. The features list is definitely the same thing as what the outside of the box showed, but the button inputs, feel free to screenshot that for permanency on your phone or computer. There's your macro. There's how to pair it. Interesting, they mentioned stuff about troubleshooting power issues, etc. Start with the one that's a little less advanced. You have these here, your standard bumpers like you'd see on a Super Nintendo controller, but you have the ZL and ZR. I really, truly dislike having ZL and ZR here. Give me them somewhere else. Give me like little triggers on the back, or hell, just like put like 2 extra buttons here. I'm gonna shift this over. I know the idea is to keep it as normal as possible, but this is incredibly unnatural. Or just split this into 2 separate buttons so I can just rock my fingers. Anyway, that'll all be discussed in the review. We have this extraneous button there that I'm sure serves a few different purposes depending on what this is plugged into, and the home button, of course, which also probably serves different purposes. Select and start, and then the 4 buttons. Now this is strangely flat feeling. I guess you can see there's no, what Nintendo has, like any kind of markings or indentions, I should say. But this does have the concave and convex buttons. And overall, on the front and the back, they have that same texture that a Super Nintendo controller would have, so kudos to them, and I'm really already telling you that I love this length on it. I do wonder if they make a USB to SNES adapter so that you can use this on your Super Nintendo. I am uncertain of that, and if they do, even if they do, would it map properly considering these extra things? Who knows? Might be something I could test. So that's that one. Now you had a nice long look at it. Sorry for the reflection on the four glossy buttons, but they could make those matte. It wouldn't affect too many things. This one has a USB-C cord as it promised. This one also has the same strange lack of indentation, so your finger almost kind of slips to the end. This one does the better triggers on the top. This one maybe is supposed to be more like a 8-bit dough. I don't want to say competitor, just somebody who has brought options to the scene. But we, continuing on, have the same convex and concave buttons. You notice this one mentions A, B, X, and Y. The other one did as well, but the other one did it in gray. This one's almost looks more like Xbox, but I know it's because it's to differentiate between the 4 buttons, since this can also be used on PC. The select and start buttons feel the same as the other one, the other Super Nintendo controller. The start and select buttons feel the same as the other one did, which feel true to the Super Nintendo. These thumbsticks, they feel a little bit snappier than Switch thumbsticks, but they are Switch thumbsticks effectively. I'm guessing it's because these things are now made in mass, which makes them less expensive to utilize, plus a shallower profile overall. So yeah, that is what this one also looks like. And now let's move on to the Tribute 64. Here we are, here we are. Shoop to whoop. Let's see here. Please remove before use. Before operating, you must position the mode switch to memory or rumble. Do not change mode while the console's running, or you may experience errors. Interesting. Oh, memory or rumble. That's fun. So you can always leave the rumble pack in here, it looks like. So it looks like you can always leave a memory pack in here, and if you want it to be a game that uses memory, you can click that. And if you want it to be a game that uses rumble, you click that. Now obviously you don't put the rumble pack in here, that would be ludicrous. You never have to own a rumble pack again. The rumble is built into this beautiful boy. Now see, this does have the D-pad arrows. So interesting. It also looks almost entirely correct in terms of the font. And of course there's also the wireless USB dongle. Anyway, I think this would be really great to use for the Switch now that the Switch has Nintendo 64 games on it. And these little guys appear way up there, but you know, honestly, they're out of the way, and that's cool to me. Oh, I'm also glad this isn't like way down here in the center. This already got some life to it. How cute. So that's beautiful. I'm not going to dig out the instruction manual this time. If you get it, you're going to read it yourself. But those are the macros effectively, so you have it handy. Are they like that on the other ones? Let me check. No, nonsensical to include it on one, not the other. That doesn't mean that it's a bad controller, just because the sticker, I mean, you could literally add that yourself. You could actually just add like a little printed thing and put it on the back, or just a small strip of Scotch tape and write it on there. Heck, if you really don't care, you could use silver Sharpie and jot it on there. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the offerings between these 3 controllers. Just, if not for the feel alone. Yeah, they just, the tactile feel of everything feels great. So get ready for that review, because it's coming in hot. Real hot.